Are you and Mohammed getting married this year? How do you pay your bills now that you quit your corporate job? Do you do Botox? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited about this video. It is an everyday makeup look that I just finished, and I'm going to be answering a bunch of juicy questions. So I asked you over on my Instagram story what questions you had for me, and you guys left a ton. So I have literally hundreds, and I'm gonna go through them and answer the most juicy and common asked questions with you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. First thing I'm using on my face is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. Looks like this. It is like the lightest shade because I obviously am very fair skin. I'm using a foundation brush, and I started using more of a BB cream instead of a powder because powder was making me look really like dry, and it's said to make you kind of look older if you have fair skin, so I switched to a BB cream. First question, you seem unhappy in your city. Why not pay to break your lease and move home? I feel like lately I have been seeming kind of unhappy, maybe in my vlogs, but it's not because of where I'm living. I absolutely love where I live. It's more of being frustrated with, I guess, this point in my life where I'm ready to, like, you know, I'm ready for the next stage. Like, I'm engaged, I'm ready to kind of like be in a relationship full time and not like long distance. My family lives far away, and I think that's what's kind of frustrating, just like trying to get used to my new schedule after I quit my corporate job. But the thing is, like, this was one question that was asked a lot, like, why don't you just move back home into the house with your parents? I absolutely love my parents, but the problem is eventually I would like creating content to be my main source of income, and I can't create content living in my room at home. And that was like a main thing for me. Like, whenever I was talking to my parents about quitting my job, like, we were on the same page that I would need to live here because I can't like just move back home. Like, I'm not gonna like be filming YouTube videos in my room at home, like. So I am going to be living in Dallas until October, which is when my lease ends. Then I will move back home for a little bit until I get married eventually. So there will be a point in time where I'm living back home, which I really want to do. I want to move back in with my family and be there for a few months before I get married, but right now, like, this is just what I'm doing. All of these products will be linked down below. Let's get into the next question. How do you pay your bills now that you quit your corporate job? So I think a lot of people assume that since I quit my corporate job, maybe like I'm not making as much money as I was. I wouldn't have just quit my corporate job if I didn't know how I was gonna like pay for things. I am still very much able to pay for bills and things like that. I definitely wouldn't have quit my job if I knew that I wasn't going to be able to support myself. Next, I'm going in with the Becca, what is this called? Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. This powder is amazing. So it's like a cooling powder, like it has like a cooling effect. So I just use it like a little bit after my BB cream. My hair is stuck to me. Just in certain places like under my eyes and around my face and stuff like that, just to not look shiny in certain places. How do you manage your time and plan your days out? That's a very good question because I feel like everyone is different. So I usually have to have like a to-do list. I'll either make it the night before or in the morning, and it usually has like literally every single thing that I want to accomplish that day. So I'll write all of that down, and then I'll go to my calendar. I keep all of my stuff in Google Calendar on my computer, so I'll go to that, and that has all of my like posting dates. So like for YouTube videos, Instagram photos, if I'm working on any campaigns, if I have any calls, if I'm doing anything with my sister, literally everything is on there. So I'll just kind of like refer to that and then plan my day out, usually on paper with referring back to my calendar. I think you just have to find like what works for you because everyone's different. When I was going through college, I had to write everything down. Then when I got my corporate job, I realized that I like to do everything on computers better. And now I just do everything basically on my computer. So I think everyone's different, and everything, like, it changes for everyone. How does your fiance manage your relationship, MCAT, and school? This is an interesting question because this is a hard one. We definitely had an understanding when we were getting to know each other that he had priorities that weren't necessarily me. So right now, like, I understand that things just kind of come before me, and we make time for each other when we can. So as you guys know, like, we're long distance and we don't see each other as often as I would like, or we would both like. We'll see each other maybe, we used to see each other every other weekend, and now that he's more busy with school and studying, it's maybe like twice a month maybe. His MCAT in school in the future is for both of us. It's not just him anymore. Like, now that I'm here in the picture, like, it's for both of us, and I just need to keep that in mind. It's easier said than done, definitely. Next, I'm going in with this glow powder by Becca that I showed you guys. It looks like this. It was in my last vlog. It's amazing. Just put it on my cheekbones. Okay, a lot of these questions are have to do with Muhammad, so let's answer another one. Are you afraid Muhammad won't have as healthy of a lifestyle as you, and how it will affect you? Okay, I see. I would say no, because I will be doing all the grocery shopping. But not really, because like, I don't expect him to eat the same way I do. We both eat pretty healthy. Like, he eats pretty healthy, so I don't really see that being an issue, to be honest. Are you and Muhammad getting married this year? A lot of people ask that. I feel like this is the burning question. We will most likely be getting married 2021. I feel like we will be having a longer engagement. Let's say we were to get married and I were to move to San Antonio with him, and then we would have to move again if he got into medical school that wasn't in San Antonio. Really, it just makes the most logical sense for us to get married whenever he like finds out where he gets in and where he's going. So until then, it is celebrating us being engaged for a very long time. I will be completely honest, I was, of course, like, I feel like every girl goes through like this really exciting point where you're engaged and you're like super excited about the wedding, and you do like, you go look for your wedding dress and you do all this stuff, and I have done all of that, but I've realized that I need to just enjoy the stages of my life that I'm in and stop like anticipating for something more to come along. I just want to like enjoy the stages of life that I'm in right now and not just keep like wanting something more. Henna party / wedding prep. I think someone is meaning they want to see that content, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I am not going to have a henna. I just don't really see the point of it for me, because I don't know, I just don't understand what it is. Like, I've been to a few, and the traditions and everything that goes along with a henna, like, I just don't, it doesn't really like resonate with me. I don't necessarily understand it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's me, I guess I would say, so I'm not gonna have one of those. I really just want to have a big wedding and one and done, and that's it. How do you plan to do things after marriage? Example, budgeting, duties around the house. Oh, okay, this is a good one. So as far as duties around the house go, I am very blessed because Muhammad has lived on his own. He's living on his own right now. He's very responsible, looks super clean, does the dishes, laundry, takes care of himself, cooks, all that jazz. So I am like grateful that he does all of that. Not saying like, oh, he'll take care of himself, because of course, like, I want to do those things for him, but I think we'll be more of a team instead of like I'm doing this and he's sitting on the couch. Like, definitely he is not like that at all. So that's a plus, because he is very responsible and independent at this point in his life, that I feel like chores around the house won't be a problem. As far as budgeting goes, I suck at budgeting, especially because I'm one person right now. I don't have to worry about anybody else, so budgeting will definitely be something we'll have to talk about, but he's better at it than I am, so I don't necessarily see it being a problem. I'm going to continue my makeup. I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This is in shade Soft Brown. So I was using the taupe shade for a really long time, which I'm sure I told you guys. Lauren told me that my eyebrows looked yellow, so I had to go up a shade because it was getting really bad. And the way that I fill in my eyebrows is I brush my eyebrows up first. Okay, so that's the shape that you want. And then I'll fill in like a little bit on the bottom where it needs to be filled in. I don't necessarily like draw a line because I don't like that look. Then I will push my eyebrow down and I'll fill in everything at the top that needs to be filled in. because I feel like you can't see it if your eyebrows pushed up. Like, I need to fill it in better like this. Okay, eyebrows are done, and that's the one thing I hate about doing my makeup is like eyebrows and mascara. Mascara is coming next. Have you ever struggled with your prayers and how to keep consistently with your prayers? Yes, I feel like everyone struggles with their prayers. It wasn't until I left home and I went off to college that I was stuck more consistently with my prayers. I think one, because I didn't have somebody there reminding me to do it. I knew that I had to do it and needed to do it, so I just did it. And two, I was all alone. Like, I had roommates, but they weren't Muslim. I kind of like lost that comfort of being at home, and so praying was like comfort to me. It was just like a piece of home that I could bring anywhere I went, and praying was just like made me feel more at ease. Have you ever felt insecure about your freckles, and if yes, how did you overcome it? I feel like my whole life people have always asked me, oh, do you like your freckles? Or I love your freckles, do you love them? I really hope you do. And I have never been insecure about my freckles, but I've realized growing up how many people are. And I think if you have them, you should totally just accept them because they're beautiful, and it's something that nowadays so many people want. Like, I know you guys have seen how many people are putting on like faux freckles. It's just like such a trend right now, and I just think it's so beautiful. It's so unique. Not that many people have them, and instead of trying to cover them up, I have always used like a sheer BB cream or CC cream. Like, you guys see the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue that I use, and I feel like I can't ever wear heavy foundations because I don't want it to cover up my freckles. And I'm not insecure about them, but I totally see where this question is coming from. If you have freckles, I would just say accept them for what they are because they're absolutely beautiful. That's all I have to say. Okay, this question is, what bra type / brand do you recommend for a t-shirt? So, ladies, I absolutely hate wearing bras with underwires. I haven't worn them in years. I get my bras from Ari, which is the same like loungewear brand that I've shared with you guys. So I'll link the one that I wear down below. It is so comfortable. I wear it with absolutely everything. You can wear it with a t-shirt, you can wear it with literally anything. They have like the best bras, good support, and no underwire because nobody wants to wear that. It's so uncomfortable. Advice for getting engaged / married for long distance. Okay, a few things. First, if you're in a long distance relationship, they are definitely not easy, but they are so worth it in the end. So make sure that the person that you're with, you can see a future with, and you're both on the same page about, you know, what your future is together, and you both have an understanding that you're doing what you're doing in separate places so that one day you can build a family and a future together. For yourself, make sure that you are busy, you have hobbies, and you have a life outside of your relationship, because you don't want to feel like you're waiting around for this person to talk to you or have time for you. And you also need to have an understanding that that person has a life outside of your relationship. I think it's definitely not easy, but those would be my pieces of advice. Where are you going to live after marriage? It all depends on where Muhammad gets into medical school. So there is a medical school here in Dallas. There's also one in San Antonio. There's a lot around Texas. So hopefully he will get in somewhere in Texas, but we just don't know where yet. And depending on where he gets in, we're just kind of going where it takes us. Talk about your new hair routine. I don't know if you've changed it, but your hair looks so different, curly and shiny. That's so nice. Thank you so much. I haven't put heat on my hair in a while, and I don't think I'll put heat on my hair until our Ketubik Dab. I'm trying to like just leave it as natural as possible until I like have a special event to go to. I have been doing like everything the same, except for I've been trying out some new shampoo and conditioners, and I've been trying out this product by Batiste that is absolutely amazing. So I need to update you guys on that, and I will very soon. I'm going to start my mascara, so I'm going in with the L'Oreal Telescopic. You guys know this is my favorite. If you watched my last vlog, you know my mascara routine. I'm going to put a few coats of this on and then let it dry, and then go in with the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. Someone said, does your father comment about you and Lena leaving work for social media? No, my dad completely fully supports us, and he was the one who really made me feel secure with leaving my job. What are your future plans when it comes to your job? Do you want to do YouTube the rest of your life? I don't know if I'll necessarily do YouTube the rest of my life. And I feel like it's hard for me to think too far in the future because I recently did just quit my job, my corporate job, in the past few months. Right now, this is what I'm doing full time, but I don't know if I'll necessarily be doing just this for the rest of my life. What are you most anxious / afraid about? I think I'm anxious about not knowing where Muhammad and I will be living. This isn't really something we can plan. We know like the structure of things, but we don't know like necessarily where exactly we will be, and that really gives me anxiety because I am really close with my family, and it kind of scares me to think that we might have to go out of state, and I won't just be able to drive and go see them. How many cheat meals do you eat in a week? So I eat like pretty much clean all throughout the week, and then I'll splurge on the weekend. So I wouldn't say like I have a number of cheat meals. I just try to like eat clean maybe 80% of the time, and then include those more like meals that I indulge in 20% of the time. Are you scared about getting married, and do you want kids? Yes, I want kids. Muhammad and I both want kids, but at this point in our life, that is not something we even talk about. We have a lot of things we need to accomplish before then. I'm not scared about being in a relationship and being married to Muhammad. I'm not scared about that. I'm very excited about that. I think I've told you guys what I'm nervous about with being married, but that's not necessarily about like our relationship. Okay, I just finished the L'Oreal Telescopic, so I did about like 3 coats of that. My tube of mascara is kind of running out, so it's not as voluminous as it usually is. Next, I'm going in with my lip sleeping mask. I put this on like before I put on a lipstick, so I'll wear this for like a few minutes and then I'll apply my lipstick, and I just feel like my lipstick applies so much better. Next question, how do you get into a good routine, mental health / lifestyle? It wasn't until I like was forced to kind of like be responsible that I developed a more strict, healthy routine. If you're looking to start incorporating more of a healthy lifestyle, I would say sit down before you go to bed and make a list of a few things that you want to accomplish the next day. If you have homework, if you have projects you're working on, things you're doing at work, also include the meals that you want to eat. So you know exactly what you're going to cook, you know if you need to go get groceries, things like that, and don't pressure yourself to accomplish so many things in one day. Like, make it realistic. Next question is, do you do Botox? And I wasn't going to answer this, but I'm just going to be upfront and real with you guys, and yes, I do. I do it in one place only, which is in between my eyebrows. I have a really bad wrinkle that's like an 11 in between my eyebrows. If I squint like this, you can even kind of see it like right there. It's always been really bad, and it bothered me for a really long time. So when I turned like 21 or 22, I had it done, and I've only had it done like 3 times. It lasts for about 3 or 4 months, so it's not permanent. It's something you have to continue, but it's more of like preventative Botox to train your muscles to not your wrinkles to get worse. But so yeah, that's the only place I do it in, and if I do it anywhere else, I'm not gonna go crazy with it. But if I keep getting older and getting wrinkles, I'm gonna do what I can to get rid of them. Next, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Pillow Talk, and I just think it is the most beautiful color. I've had this for, oh, my sister got it for me for my birthday like last year. If I put on my lip sleeping mask before I put my lipstick on, it just helps it like look more creamy, and I like that look for myself. And that's the lipstick. I love this color, but I just realized that I didn't do the rest of my mascara, so we're gonna go in and do that. This is the Better Than Sex mascara. It has a thicker brush. I've showed you guys 1,000 times. I really like this one for adding more volume to your lashes. It just like really helps them look more voluminous. What did you pray for in a spouse? Were you detailed or not too fussy? That's a good one. So I didn't start praying for a spouse until probably my senior year of high school, and it wasn't because I was looking for someone, because I didn't want anyone at that point in my life. I knew it was something that I needed in the future. I didn't want to have this entire list of all these things I needed a guy to check off and be like praying for it, because at the end of the day, like, I knew that God knew what was best for me. He would put what was best for me in my life. So I just prayed for a Muslim husband, and I knew that God would do the rest. And that sounds cheesy, but like, it's true. And I would say if you like want to get married or you're like praying for a husband, just remember that like God knows you better than you know yourself. He's gonna do like what's best for you. Okay, I'm done with my makeup. This is like typical everyday look that I always do. I want to answer a few more questions before we wrap this up. So someone asked, what's the best part of working with your sister rather than in an office? Just getting to do something that I'm actually interested in. Even though we're related, like, we definitely are like business when we're together and working. So but it's been really great because I've learned a lot, and I would say the best part is just being able to do something that I enjoy. Last question I'm going to answer. It was a very, where is it? I just lost it. Here it is. It was a very common one. A lot of you guys asked this. It is, how do you keep your relationship as halal as possible? Love you. Love you too. So sweet. I would say that like, we are long distance obviously, and if I go visit him or he comes visit me, we're always with a big group, and so we have the same college friends. We get along with each other's families really well, and if I ever go and visit him, I always like stay with his sisters in one of his sisters' rooms. We just have this like mutual understanding. There's a boundary that we just don't cross, and so yeah, it hasn't been the easiest obviously, but we make do with the situation. Those are all of the questions, and that is my makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got to know me a little bit better. I'm very excited for things that are coming, and I know a lot of y'all have questions about like kettabiktab, relationship, and that is like big interest, and I'm really excited that you guys are really interested about that because that is a big part of my life right now, and I'll be sharing a lot more of that very soon. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!